When you guys were down 17, was the plan to go to John full feet again and again?
That's always our plan. It is, but they obviously John's teams are going to try to take away what we do, and he was terrific tonight. Again, all of our guys did something great. Every guy that played, but what he did tonight is one of the great performances I've witnessed, and he's been like that. Really, I mean, it's really, I go back and I think about the time with Grant and all those guys. He used to say, "Folky, you're better than all of us," and the fact is, he had so much confidence tonight. But our guys were confident, even when we were down. And I would walk into the timeout, they were talking to each other about, hey, we just can't keep making those turnovers and mistakes that we're making. And they were great at driving the ball. And we really said, hey, we're going to get into those gaps and we're going to have to make some jump shots. And we actually made some plays in the gap where we knocked it through, got out in transition and got some baskets like that. And we tried to speed the tempo up some, but when we got into the dead ball situation, we knew we were going to play through bulky.
Coach, given all that happened today in the volunteer state, how much does it mean for you guys to have this type of win?
Well, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to those that lost people and the devastation there. And I talked to a friend of mine in Cooksville today, and I asked him, I said, we're going to be coming through there next week for the tournament. And I said, what can we do? He said, I'll think about it. But he said, in the meantime, the best thing you can do is beat the Wildcats. And so, again, that helps anybody. But it's so sad what happened there. And, again, actually, this is a game, but that's real life tragedies. And I'm just really sad for those people. And I just know that we got to keep them in our prayers.
Coach Josiah, especially in the second half, what do you say about him, and what's just kind of been the key these last two games for him to kind of hit another level?
Well, I think one, he's getting healthy for the first time. He's fought that all year. You guys know that, but I do think that he feels the best he's felt probably since July, and he's dealt with some serious things where he's tried to play through it and then couldn't and try to get back in it. So I do think now he's somewhat getting a rhythm, but I think we're getting a rhythm a little bit more as a team because, with Santi and coming in, and he wasn't terrific tonight, but he came back late and made some things happen. And everybody that played, Jaylen Johnson shots were huge early in the game, but when we were down and came back, everybody made something happen. But Josiah, he's got that look that he's settled in and he knows what he needs to do, and now he just needs to continue to build on it.
Next coach on your right.
Coach back here, you guys are guaranteed to finish the season 99. In your words, how big a deal is that? Second question, James had a pretty good.
I'm sorry, what was the first question?
Finishing 99, how big a deal is that in your mind?
At least, he said at least 99.
And because you're guaranteed to finish that, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then James had a great game tonight across the board. Speaking of his play.
Well, one, I will tell you this. When Wisconsin came in our building and Lamonte had decided he was going to quit, we were a very, 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 we were lost because everything we had planned to work on up to that point, we had fighting injuries. Josiah had been hurt, and at that point in time, that was as low a mark since I've been at Tennessee. And Santi came in and had 3 days of practice, and we knew it was inevitable that he was going to start, so I said, we're going to start him. And to watch his growth, and then, Josiah has been in and out. Uros finally got eligible for what this team's gone through, and to be in this position, I think is really remarkable, to be quite honest. And what was your second question about who?
About James' play tonight across the board.
Who, James? Again, I think across the board, I said it this week, and I mean it right now too. I think that Kentucky and Kansas are the two best teams, and I think Kentucky's the most underappreciated team in college basketball. And I still believe that. And that even makes the fact the way we came back really something special for these guys because, and I will tell you, they felt coming in that they could win, and I'm not going to say that we didn't because we felt like we could. We went back and looked at our tape against them there. They're a much better team, but we are 10 times better than we were in Knoxville. And we weren't very good on offense. Defensively, and they've improved a lot, really, but across the board, I think that there's, again, I said it, not one guy didn't help us get done what we needed to get done here tonight.
Jerry?
This is probably playing off that, but everybody's played Kentucky competitively down to the final minutes. How much do you think that helped the belief that, we can too?
Well, I think you look at Kentucky, and you look at college basketball this year. It's not just in our league, and I would say I think our league's underrated. But the fact of the matter is, we tell our guys all the time, when you lose a game by 10 points, it's a 4-possession game. Early in the year when you're turning the ball over 20, 25 times and you're spotting the other team, 10 extra possessions a game, you're not going to win. And we didn't win. The last 2 games, I didn't look at how many turnovers we had tonight. We had 15, he had 14. Normally, when we were losing, we were having 20, 25. But games are closer than you think. Free throws are huge. You want to get to the free throw line. We wanted to try to keep them off the line, but they just do such a great job of getting there. But we told our guys that if everybody plays great, it's going to be a close game. I don't care who we play. And I believe that, not just in our league, but around college basketball.
With the number of sort of lost possessions there in the first 25 minutes or so of the game, with Plavsic had a couple unfortunate moments in the first half, just a couple of silly turnovers by other guys. Were you telling them after Kentucky scores 20 points off 8 turnovers that if they'll just stop turning the ball over, they have a chance to get back?
What I told them, I walked at halftime. I said, first of all, there was a lot of things that we could talk about, and if you take away the fact that Fulke had a rebound, I can't remember who took it from him, he hit a 3, and then at the end of the half, Santi didn't block out in the end of the half. I said, that's 5 points. I said, right now, this is a 5-point ball game, as bad as the mistakes that we made and it's turnovers that we had. But they had 20 points, I know, in the first half off our turnovers, and the turnovers were even, but we didn't have many points off of it. And that's all we kept talking about, just take care of the ball, just take care of it. And again, during one of the last timeouts when we got up, the guy said, hey, if we're going to turn the heat up, we're going to have to handle the ball. We got to take care of the ball better, and we did. But at the end of the first, I was upset at halftime because I felt like we had done some things that we didn't need to do, and we just kept fighting back. And you wonder sometimes how many times can you fight back and come back from 17. Again, the credit goes to those guys. It really does.
Okay, 2 more, Jerry, and then here.
Rick, you guys got several big rebounds down the stretch, second chance opportunities. Was that just hustle and effort?
No, I don't know that, because Kentucky plays as hard as anybody. It's really a simple formula if you're going to win basketball games. You got to play defense, you got to rebound, and you got to try to control the free throw line. You got to get there, especially if you're going to go on the road and win. You've got to guard. Again, I haven't looked at the stats yet, but you've got to rebound the ball. And we kept, and early in the game, they were getting to those rebounds. But late, we came up with some, and where the game kind of turned for us, we were able to break the ball loose a few times when they were driving the ball and get out in transition. Those plays and those gaps, and they're as good as anybody at doing that. But we were doing that, and we said they're going to have to shoot jump shots. And but then we got out, and then guys made some shots, made some plays, and as you said, some of those offensive stickbacks were big.
Rick, why do you think you guys controlled the last 10 minutes when you guys have struggled so much to close out?
I can't. I wish I knew. I don't. But I can tell you this: there was a look about our guys that, on the bench. Again, coaches are always reminding me about timeouts, and I've told you guys before. There's a look that you see with your players. Sometimes you don't want to get in their way, and they had that look tonight, like where I felt like, hey, whatever we called, they were going to execute it, and they did. And again, Fulke was terrific, and I think our guys knew that we could get him the ball, that he would make something happen. He made a great kick out for a 3, and he'll make the right play. We got on him on the travel because he should have been getting him moving a little bit, but again, he was terrific.
Okay, Coach. Thank you very much.
Again, I'd like to thank you all, and again, I'd just like you tonight to really keep Nashville in your prayers. Okay, thank you. God bless you.